Oh man, good evening everyone and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday the 17th of April 2023. I just finished a 2-hour plus marathon stream of Tiermaker. Whew, we'll talk about that in a second. It was actually pretty fun. I'm curious what your thoughts are once you see it. Let's recap today. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, we spent a giant chunk of it talking about Tiermaker and trying to determine what exactly you'd like me to do first for a main dedicated Tiermaker stream. It turned out that ranking American fast food franchises was the one you wanted to see the most. And then on top of that, we had a poll, and the poll basically was kind of split between 80s and 90s sitcoms and Street Fighter characters. So based on that poll, I said what we would do is on a late stream, we would actually start with ranking American fast food franchises. And then as we were doing that, we would do a poll, and that poll would be essentially for what would be next for Tiermaker, depending on if we had time that night or not to do more, or maybe we would do it for a future date, depending on how it went. Okay? So, Level 1 podcast was a lot of that, and then the other half was basically Q&A and relaxing, chill fun. The first gameplay stream for today was Elden Ring, continuing back in the Ria Lucaria Academy. We did a lot of searching today, and what I mean by that is a lot of elaborate combing of the Academy. A lot of the stuff I remembered from my first run. Some people actually clued me into some hidden areas I had not been to in my first run of Elden Ring many years ago. And I ended up finding some really good items for my magic build, which was really useful to find some optional spells and other things that now I can use moving forward being a Glintstone sorcerer. I mean, you're in the Glintstone Academy. Obviously, you should probably find the best stuff there, right? So we did that for about 2 hours. You know, I fought the Red Wolf boss, Red Wolf of Radagon, explored, fought all the optional stuff in there, got a lot of items, and then we were basically in line to kind of go fight Renala. And when we were going to do that, people were like, well, dude, basically your problem is you have a very weak weapon. You know, you have the starter sword, and you need to have a weapon that at least is going to have a little bit of damage based on your intelligence build, and something that maybe you want to upgrade that's pretty good for the long run. So people basically convinced me to go get the Moonveil Katana. I'm like, all right, whatever, let's do it. So we go to Caelid. There's an entrance in Caelid. You go into this cave. It's called the Gale Tunnel or whatever, or the Gale Channel, whatever it's called. You go in there. You fight a bunch of guys. You end up fighting the very first ever magma worm in the game. It's the first one that shows up, all right? Pretty easy, although admittedly it's different fighting it as a mage. I'm thinking, oh, stay behind him, stay behind him. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be chucking magic at him, stupid. So after dying a few times to the thing, I finally took it out, and we ended up getting the Moonveil Katana. Guess what? I can't use the Moonveil Katana because I don't have the stats for it for a while. So I'm like, oh, why did we do that? I still need a weapon. So people clued me in on another weapon to get that was in a carriage. I ran and grabbed that weapon. And then with only like a minute left, we ran back to the academy and I took on Renala, and I'm not going to let you know how it went. I want you to watch. So it was a pretty epic stream. Pretty much we beat the entirety of the academy in one go. The only thing I'm not going to tell you is if we beat the boss yet, okay? But for the most part, it was a very entertaining stream, a very interactive stream. People helped out a lot. It was great. I can't wait for tomorrow, honestly. Good stuff. Then on the late stream tonight, yes, over on DSP Reacts, it was the Tiermaker stream. Essentially, for 2 hours, yes, for 2 hours, we ranked all of the top American fast food franchises. There were quite a lot of them that I never had, but most of the common ones I've had. People argued. People were trying to convince me to rank things higher or lower. People talked me in moving things and stuff. It was pretty fun. People liked it because I had some stories and things to tell for a lot of these different franchises. And finally, after 2 hours, we ranked them all. It took 2 hours. So it's a 2-hour-long video uploading right now to DSP Reacts. I hope you'll give it a look. If you enjoyed that video, let me know. Give it a like, leave some comments, and I'd be very curious to see if people want to see that kind of video over there in the long term. If you do, every once in a while, maybe I will do a late night stream of a Tiermaker like that for variety purposes, and maybe people will really like that content. I don't know, but let me know. Share your thoughts, and let's see how it goes. Personally, I really enjoyed the stream. The only downfall is I've talked for 2 straight hours here. My throat is pretty shot after having talked straight without pretty much a pause. You know, when you're doing gameplay, you're commentating on what's going on in the game and you're talking to people, but this was literally constantly talking for 2 straight hours, so I'm exhausted here, okay? Please give it a look. Now, if you guys like it and if it ends up, getting overall long-term support and people want more, I would consider doing more streams like that. Not all the time, but maybe every once in a while, maybe every couple of weeks, we do a random night stream where we do a Tiermaker, and we could go from there. Okay? Thank you all very much. So it was a good variety day. The Dark Souls, wow. The Elden Ring gameplay and the Level 1 podcast are already uploaded here on DSP Gaming. The Tiermaker video is uploading to DSP Reacts. I hope you enjoy. Tomorrow is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. It will be more Elden Ring in the morning, where it looks like we'll finish the Academy, and then we'll figure out what's next, logically. Do we want to go on to the other magic dungeon? That's the optional dungeon to the northwest of the Lyrian Lakes, and do that, because there might be some good stuff there for my build. Or, instead, do we want to move on to another place? Do we want to go to Gelner? Do we want to go to the tunnel? Do we want to try to get the amulets? I don't even know what the medallion halves is what I meant to say. I don't know what we want to do next. I guess you guys are going to help me out, right? So tomorrow could be a very exciting day in Elden Ring. We'll see. Tomorrow night, late night chill stream of Oblivion. We have finished Fighters Guild. We're going to see what we want to do next. Whether that may be trying to restart the Mages Guild, or maybe some other random quests, or the story. I'm not sure, but we'll find out tomorrow night on a late night chill stream. All right, guys? Thank you so very much. Great content today. Great fun. I had a really solid day. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow for my final consecutive streaming day of the week. Please enjoy your nights. See you in the morning. Peace out. Later.